candidate will have a way forward, of which is not to continue with academic program up until that person from the management is here to come and sign this memorandum, and then we take it from there. Amanda! Manda! Awetu! Hold power! Hold power! Students! Okay, comrades, my job is very simple. Mine is to read the memorandum. The points which are in this memorandum were compiled by the entire leadership. Comrades, the first point on our memorandum reads as follows. We demand that all students with the status of unavailability of funds be provided with financial aid. Blade went into a public spot. He invited all media companies, and he lucidly stated that all those who qualify for NSFAS and all those who pass the NSFAS means test will be funded. Therefore, we cannot take the statement which says we are waiting for unavailability we are waiting for funds to be available so that we can fund our students. No, you said those who qualify for NSFAS will be funded, so let them fund it. We demand those students to be funded. By virtue of you belonging in that category, you deserve to be funded. We further demand that the appeals process guidelines be changed, and the SRC needs to be allowed to make recommendations. There is an internal process, there is an internal appeals process which is about to sit by next week on the 6th, and there are guidelines which are in place. The leadership is not happy with the guidelines because they continue to marginalize the child of the poor. So we are not happy with the guidelines. We demand those guidelines to be changed to suit those who have been rejected. Because one of the reasons why you people are being rejected, some of you live with your grannies or your grandfathers. So what happens is that you use her documents to apply for NSFAS because Ubabwako is a teacher in Aragod, he's not responsible. As a result, NSFAS goes to a company, and then they check, and then they find Ubabwako earns more than 150,000, and then they say, no, this one here, you see, this one qualifies. Yet Ubabwako are old. So we cannot take that. What assurance do they have that your father is responsible? What assurance do they have that your mother is responsible? So all those who have been rejected on those bases, they should be granted NSFAS. You live with your grandmother or holy patient. You cannot afford to pay. Your father is irresponsible. He's an irresponsible man. So therefore, we cannot allow the NSFAS system to impose things on us. We further appeal that the government subsidy be extended up until the deadline of the registration. It has been officially communicated that the deadline registration has been extended to the 10th of March. We are also saying the government subsidy should be extended to the 10th of March. However, if it happens, because we know this system, it has some discrepancies in it. If it happens that you couldn't register up until to the 10th, we have asked for a grace period, and we have been given that grace period. So you will be able to register from the 10th to the 17th. That's an exception. We further demand that students which have completed their degrees and the institution is currently holding their transcripts, we are saying they should have access to their letters of completion. They should have access to their academic records, irregardless of whether they owe or not. They are poor, they need to settle their debts, and in order for them to do that, it is through securing a job. You cannot secure a job without any qualification. So the institution should give them their qualification so that they get hired and come back and pay the institution, and also change their family backgrounds. So we demand that, and it should happen. We further demand that all students which qualify for the special examination, which they which they are actually saying it's about to sit or it's going to sit next semester. We demand that it sits during the first semester. We went to a special senate. The special senate resolved that no, listen here as student leadership, we hear your concerns. Your concerns indeed, the environment was not conducive enough to accommodate lecturers last year. So we are saying to those who have failed modules, let them have a grace period to write their special examination so that they can go and graduate just like other students. And we demand them to sit now. Not only that, we further demand that students which were doing continuous assessment modules second semester be also granted an opportunity to write their special assessment, their special test if they have to, just like other students, because to them it's a separate situation. They are saying, no, listen here, chief, because when you complete, because your module was a continuous assessment, we can therefore not allow you to write this assessment. What you need to do is to apply for an extended DP. We are saying, no, that's nonsense. We are treating our students differently. What applies to those who are doing modules which are not continuous should apply to those who are doing modules which are continuous. All students should be given equal opportunity, regardless of whether it's continuous assessment or not. We further demand that there should be an extension to honours and PGCE registration since it has been closed. It has been closed. It is not the fault of our brothers and sisters, but it is the fault of the incompetent staff which the institution has hired. They queue in long meetings there next to that office, and they are being told that, no, listen here, Ms. Jaka, so Ms. Wu couldn't come and sign in your form, so as a result, we cannot do anything. That's nonsense. They were hired to work, they should work. Therefore, we are saying they should continue, that period should be open, be extended, and those who are supposed to sign should come and sign. Because some modules are complete. And we further demand that all coordinators should come and sign all outstanding applications for registration purposes. We have students who couldn't register on the online system, and they had to go and register manually. Now you will find that you go and visit those offices, and you will find one of the lecturers there is not in to sign in your form. As a result, you come and then they say, no, but you want to be ready. I'm also saying that's nonsense. We cannot accept that. Bonga should be accepted in those modules. You came there early. Unfortunately, the lecturers were not available. That's not your fault, it's their fault. We further demand that all first year students who are supposed to be getting their laptops should get their laptops now. It is high discipline, high moral. It is long overdue now. You are expected to do your computer literacy tasks, and you cannot do them because emaleni iyagcwala. If you shall Bedford, be rest assured is of well. Therefore, you cannot do your assessment. You cannot do anything which has been given to you. So we demand those laptops to be available as soon as possible, and that soon as possible is now. We further demand that, because we have seen those people who operate there, those people who work in that clinic, they think they are in a mall. They shouldn't relax, they deal with our health. This team of them going into a break from 12 to 3 should come to an end. We demand them to work extended hours, because none of the students choose when to get sick. You can get sick at 6, you can get sick at 6 o'clock, and only to find which are bad. So we demand them to work extended hours, and we demand them to be there when we need them, because our abafuni ukusebenza, they're incompetent, and they get paid. Now, we also further demand that we should have an ATM in our campus. But one of the questions which we got earlier was good, but now we once had an ABSA ATM, but it's owned by the thieves. The reason, the justification was that no, we cannot make enough profit. Therefore, as far as which is the ATM at 80, their interest is to make profit and not to serve the child of the working class. That's why I call them thieves. We further demand under residencies. We further demand that students which are currently allocated at Coastlands Hotel be removed there. That the hotel complaint is not conducive for a student. It's not conducive for studying purposes. It is only conducive for tourism purposes. For those who want to go and have a view in the sea, it's conducive for them, but not for someone who wants to get his degree and leave. So we are saying they should be removed with immediate effect from the coastlands. In terms of who gets the other residences, it's not our baby to feed, it's their baby to feed. They've been hired to do the job, so they should do the job. There are other residences which have been reported not to be conducive. We cannot go against the voice of the students. We cannot go against your will. So we actually demand that they should find other conducive residences when keep a glamour resapeta. Because you pay 26,000. Education is not yet free, residences are not yet free, you pay. Whether it's NSPAS or Funza, you are going to serve Funza at the end, therefore you pay. So we further demand them to do their profit. Now we are going to allow the opportunity of hands, and the secretary will have to spearhead the process. Leadership, you will all answer the questions. There will be no question which is directed to me, then you say, but it was directed to Sxova, therefore I cannot entertain it. If you have answers, you will have to provide answers. But there is one thing I'm we stress, comrades. Our enemy here is one. When it comes to NSPAS, it is the people who impose decision on it. And we need to expose their shenanigans, because they've proved that they are failing. Therefore we are saying we should also direct our battle to NSPAS. If we have to call Telisan, so we attempt to tell them that no, NSPAS is not doing as they promised, we'll have to call them. If we have to call SNBC to tell them that no, listen here, these people are not saying what they say to you. So they promised and they are not delivering. Because at the end, we need to fight them. If we don't expose them, no one will. Right now they brag in parliament, we know everything is going well, we don't have any strikes in institutions. That's wrong. Because now we portray a very wrong image. So we should also direct our battle to NSPAS community. And if in the Central SRC president has endorsed the battle and is willing to be part of us in engaging NSPAS, whether on the streets, whether on the boardroom, but we are going to engage them. Amanda! Away, Joe! Over to you, Secretary, in terms of questions.